You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Well, I want to start off this video by wishing everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Hopefully you guys and your families have a very, very good holiday. But we need to talk about the San Antonio Spurs of the NBA and their coach, Gregg Popovich. Because last night, Coach Woke, as I call him, Gregg Popovich, he did something that just shocked me. This actually started going around social media. ESPN was covering it. Gregg Popovich berated his own fans during the game. He went over to the scorer's table, grabbed the mic, and slammed the Spurs fans. Why? Because they were booing an opposing player. Yeah, the NBA has reached a new level of softness. Now, the opposing player actually was a former San Antonio Spur, Kawhi Leonard. Now, Kawhi Leonard did win a title with the Spurs, but back in, I believe, 2018, he requested a trade. He didn't want to play for the Spurs anymore. And the Spurs fans have been giving him the business. But Gregg Popovich, as I call him, he couldn't take it. So he exploded. While Kawhi Leonard was actually on the free throw line, he ran over to the scorer's table, grabbed the microphone. This has to be unprecedented, man. And he told the Spurs fans off. I'm not making this up. This is a bad look, man, for the NBA. It makes the NBA look even softer. Now, opposing fans have been booing players time and time again. If I'm not mistaken, I believe when James Harden actually forced his way out of Houston, he came back to Houston, the fans booed him. And by the way, Popovich, the fans, they pay a lot of money to go to these games. They don't need to listen to you when you tell them not to boo. If they want to boo, they can boo. They actually should be booing your team because your team is not winning. But they're still supporting you and the team, and they're booing the opposing players. Look at this, guys. On Breitbart here, Gregg Popovich blasts Spurs fans for booing Kawhi Leonard. They boo even louder. Yeah, so even after he actually grabs the microphone, the fans, they still boo. They were not listening to Gregg Popovich here. It says here, outrageous leftist and Spurs coach Gregg Popovich has proven himself more willing to get behind the mic and yell at people. But he might want to think twice the next time he thinks about yelling at his own fans. The Spurs welcomed the Los Angeles Clippers to San Antonio Friday night, and they welcomed back former Spur Kawhi Leonard, who is now with Los Angeles, the Clippers. Well, they kind of welcomed him back. What they really did was boo him. They booed him especially severely when he was shooting free throws. Now, this is kind of a tradition in the NBA. When the fans don't like a player, they really, really boo him at the free throw line. I mean, Pop, you should actually be, patting your fans on the back because they're booing him when he's trying to concentrate at the free throw line. Do you really want him to make the free throws? Score points against you? Obviously so. But anyway, it goes on. It says, evidently, this hostile reception got on Pop's nerves when he walked over to the microphone at the scorer's table and chastised his fans. And we got the clip here. Let's go ahead and play this. This is unbelievable, guys. Listen in.
% from the line on the season. And Kawhi with 8 points tonight, 3 of 5 from the floor. It is only 3.
Excuse me for a second.
Pops on the mic.
Stop all the booing and let these guys play. It's got no class. It's not who we are. Knock off the booing.
And they continue to boo.
Pop telling the fans to lay off Kawhi Leonard. but that's not San Antonio.
Man, you know what, man? If I were actually a Spurs fan, you know what I would do? I would have got my stuff, walked out. The whole entire arena should have walked out. So if Pop doesn't want anybody booing, how about this? How about nobody actually cheer for the Spurs? Walk out. That's what I would have probably done right there. This is ridiculous, man. This is a new level of softness for the NBA that we have never seen. But, you know, this is Pop right here. Remember in the last season when they weren't winning games either, Pop was actually talking about gun laws or something like that here in the state of Texas. He wasn't talking about the game. Pop is 74 years old. 74. Yeah, they got Victor Wembanyama, so maybe the future is bright for him and the Spurs. But Pop, man, Pop is so unlikable, man. He preaches politics all the time at NBA games. Now he's actually going after the fans. And Pop to me is a scumbag, man. He is a scumbag. And they do go on here and they say now, as you clearly hear in the audio, Pop's admonishment had exactly the opposite effect he was hoping to have. Not only did the booing get worse, but a good part of the increased booing was directed at him. Yeah, because at the end, you know, he was still trying to tell the crowd to stop booing, and they didn't. Leonard earned his spot in San Antonio lore by winning a championship with the Spurs in 2014. However, in 2018, he seemed to strong-arm the franchise into trading him to Toronto, to the surprise of many at the time. Obviously, there have been plenty of former Spurs that have come through San Antonio over the years, so the hostility towards Leonard from the crowd may have had more to do with how he left San Antonio than it did with the fact that he was merely a former player. Yeah, the way he left was probably really the problem right there. But I'm glad that the Spurs fans, they seem to have just ignored Coach Woke. I really do despise Gregg Popovich. I mean, he's one of the reasons why the NBA is in the state that it's in. I mean, he has free reign just to go out there, blast politics all across the NBA. He definitely is the coach version of LeBron James. But even to me, man, this is a new low. This is a shocker right here for a coach to go out there, slam his own fans to protect the opposing player. That is a new low, guys. I've seen it all now. I guess I shouldn't be too surprised by anything. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.